This is the last content piece that we'll be covering in Chapter 7, Pascal's triangle. Okay, so by now you've probably figured out how to fill this in. The edges are all 1. And in order to get the cell between 1 and 3, we're going to do 1 plus 3, we'll feed into here to make 4. And then 1 plus 4 makes 5. 1 plus 5 is 6, 7. So then the next cell over in the 5th row, so the 4 and the 6 make 10. And then below it, the 5 and the 10 make 15. The 10 and the 10 make 20. The 10 and the 5 make 15. And then finally 6. Let's do one more row. 21, 35, 35, 21, 7. Let's take a step back and remember our multiplying binomials. A plus b squared is the same as a plus b times a plus b. And then I'm going to use the arrows to expand that. So I get a squared plus ab plus ab plus b squared, or a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. That is expanding those two binomials. For ease, I actually did the second one on a different piece here. So you can see that I've done x plus 1, and I used the arrows, and I got x squared plus 2x plus 1. So these are very similar questions. Perhaps you might notice some patterns. If not, it's okay. We got more questions to go. On the previous page, we expanded a plus b squared. Now we are on a plus b to the 3. Well, that's just going to be the a plus b times a plus b times a plus b. And on the previous page, we found out that the first two come out to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And then I still have one more a plus b. So these two turn into a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So again, I'm going to do the arrows. So a squared times that, and then I'm going to do different colors. 2ab times that, 2ab times that, and then finally going back to red, b squared times that, and then b times that. I'm going to write that out now. So I did all the arrows, and this is what I end up with. Now I'm going to collect like terms. So a squared b with 2a squared b, and then 2ab squared with ab squared. So I'm going to collect like terms and summarize that. So then my final answer would be a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. Have you noticed a pattern at all? And what happens if I do the same thing with x plus 1? We're going to do that in a second, but I'm looking at this again. Notice some things like the a is a to the 3 here. In this term, it's a squared. In this term, it's a, and in this term, there is no a. So comparing it to the first one. Similarly, no b here, b here, b squared, b3. So they're increasing the exponents of the b's. We also have done the x plus 1 here to share with you at the side. Now maybe you can notice some similarities between those two expansions. 1a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus 1b cubed. Here, 1x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x plus 1. Maybe you noticed that there's a 1 here, a 3 here, a 3 here, and a 1 here. There's a 1 here, a 3 here, a 3 here, and a 1 here. We also noticed, we talked about, the increasing exponent of b and the decreasing exponent of a. Here you just have, in the second one, you just have the decreasing exponent of x's. Okay, so maybe on the last page you recognize that when we were doing the expansion of a plus b to the third, we ended up using coefficients that come from this row of the Pascal's triangle. On this page, we're going to find a plus b to the 4th. So I guess that means that we'll use this row of the triangle. So that row, if we finish it, should be 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. So over here, I'm going to write down the 1, the 4, the 6, the 4, and the 1. And if we think about what the previous screen said, this would be, that one was a to the 3 on the previous one, so this one would be a to the 4. And on the outside would be b to the 4. So that's 2 of our terms already done. We also noticed in the patterns on the previous page that the a exponent went down, so a3, a2, a, but the b exponent went up, so b1, b2, b3. So now we have the new expansion without doing all those arrows. This is Pascal's triangle and the binomial expansion. I have done the second one just so you can see. I did it the long way, but we ended up with 1x4 plus 4x to the 3 plus 6x squared plus 4x plus 1. There we go. Let's try one more. Let's use the fifth row of the Pascal's triangle to figure out this expansion. Filling in the fifth row, we know that it's 1, so I got to do this one first, I guess. So 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, and 1. So those are the numbers I want to use. 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. And then again, remembering the pattern, we have a to the 5th at the beginning and b to the 5th at the end. So far so good. Then we have decreasing values, exponents of a as we go across the screen. And then we also have increasing exponents of b. So then this would be the expansion of a plus b to the exponent 5. And again, I did x plus 1 to the exponent 5 over here so you can compare. And you can see, I'll use some highlighter here, the 1, the 5, the 10, the 10, the 5, the 1. Similarly, here 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1, which we planned anyway, but this is correct. So we can use Pascal's triangle to expand binomials where we have a plus b to some exponent n. We can use the nth row to get those coefficients and decrease the exponent of a as we come across and increase the exponent of b. So if we wanted to expand 2x plus y to the exponent 3, then we're going to look at the third row of Pascal's triangle. 1, 3, 3, 1 would be the exponents, or sorry, the coefficients. So I have those coefficients first highlighted. My first term is 2x, so it'll be 2x to the exponent 3, 2x to the exponent 2, 2x to the exponent 1, and then there's no 2x in this one. And then lastly, this is y, so we'll have no y here, y to the 1, y squared, and y3. So we're following the same pattern. There's an extra step here though because we need to evaluate the coefficients times whatever's there. So for instance, 2 to the 3 is 8 and 8 times 1 is 8. 2 to the 2 is 4 and 4 times 3 is 12. 2 to the 1 is 2 and 2 times 3 is 6 and then 1 in the last one. So in order to expand 2x plus y to the 3, we use the third row of Pascal's triangle. We wrote down the coefficients and then we used the a and b terms, decreasing exponents on the a and increasing exponents on the b. One last example. I'm going to point out that this is my a and this is my b, my a and b from the first screen. My first term, so there it is, 3a, 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 3a. So you're going to have decreasing exponents on the 3a, and you'll have increased exponents on negative 2b. So negative 2b is the term. This is negative 2b to the 1, negative 2b squared, negative 2b to the 3, negative 2b to the 4, and then negative 2b to the 5 at the end. So we had included the numbers from row 5, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. And then the last step to go from here to here is to evaluate each term. So 3 to the exponent 5 is 243 times 1 is 243. 3 to the exponent 4 is 81. 81 times 5 times negative 2 is negative 810. Be careful with your negatives. 3 to the 3 is 27. Negative 2 to the 2 is positive 4. So 27 times positive 4 times 10 is 1080. And etc. We can going to continue evaluating those. You can check the math on your calculator. Just be careful with your negatives. So this term will be negative because you have this negative 2b to the 3, so that makes a negative. Try a few on your own and then head to Go Formative to do your assignment in this area. Thank you very much.